This video will be about adding cues to stems, okay, in Ableton Live. So before we do that, we'll do a little explanation on why the cues and the blue light. Sasa. My UPS is not working. Fuck off, bro. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel again. My name is Krebz. This is for Dumela ITT. I also restart the video, okay, and it's all good. Gonna be, don't worry. Before we get into today's video, I want to do a little shout out, okay. Also, my man, shout out that unsubscribe to my channel. No? Shout out to Theo Bless, okay. Guys, where's it just for no board rounds, good as well. Hey, Asante man. That time when he a Obin Junior, I'm called a real life. Hey. And it was about Bason to a physician assistant to a church for Action Chapel Ridge. I was run about they are closer to Noble House. On no kind of Pale Master series, I guy. That is fine. Let's get into today's video. Today's video, we want to talk about adding cues to stems in Ableton. Okay. I'll go back and forth between FL Studio and then Ableton, how Ableton makes it simpler. And that will be that for today. And I'll do a separate video on how to extract stems, okay, from songs. Somebody asked me in the comment section, so I just have to do that. And I received a comment today, and it was in my DM. It's in the right vein. He said, only my first studio, but watching the videos, he was able to create loops in FL Studio now, and Ableton Live, and now you can do one or two things. But only my FL Mukra. So those people who have been worrying me, you want one-on-one class. For me, I don't see a necessity of it. Actually, a video not sharing once you actually share 2 or 3 times, you will be acquainted with everything. You'll be fine. Good. So let's get into this video. Now, these things might not work for you. It might work for other people. Okay. Into enkase looping yet, enkase stemming yet, enkase cues, identity or board drums, na be counting the amount. It might not work for you. It might work for other people. So if you have been watching composers, we have been watching the band for this Nigerian artist, Benna Boy. Yeah, share Omoki's mix now. You can hear something like intro 2, 3, bridge 2 and 3. So these things are the guide cues. They help the musicians to do things in the sections of the song. Okay. So before we get into creating of the cues in Ableton, I would want to show you guys how a stem structure is. Okay. So this is a structure we did for a gig last year. Yeah, by 4G. You might know I did it. And so this is how mostly a stem structure looks like. It can be for a song. It can be for, let's say, a particular section of a production. So let's say we are playing a production. You can have a production of a paso. And so we try to incorporate those ideas onto the system by programming it. And then you hear it live. Okay. So in this stem structure, we have intro and spontaneous worship from key C to D. And then leading vocalist was Marsha. Okay. So the beginning of the stem starts with BBs only. We have intro as the Lord's Prayer with the band. Okay. And then we come back to chorus. And then key change up, that means you're going to modulate. After modulation, the verse played by the BBs or sung by the BBs will be sung twice. We come back to chorus, we sing it twice. Pre-verse twice. Then key change up, that means we modulate again. You come to Bejiwa, you sing it twice. Then the BB swap 2 times. That is a turnaround. And other local songs or other songs will join. And that is the lead vocal with BBs. And these are the songs that have been listed. And we have ending. Basically, this is a stem structure of song, or let's say an arrangement. So mostly, this is how a stem look like on a sheet. Let's say you take a song by, let's say, Afro Christmas by Joe Metso, or let's say Welcome Home by Sandy Asara or something. On a sheet, we have intro, first verse, second verse, chorus. Let's say chorus 1, chorus 2, interlude, bridge, outro, something like that. So these things are the sections where the guide cues comes in. Okay, at every section, what action is supposed to be done? What is it that the producer needs from the keys guy? What does the producer needs from the drummer? What does the producer needs from the horns guys? Those are the cues. So purposefully, the cues are not for live stage play, for the best of knowledge I know. So that some people will not come into my DM and say that, and you people there, you're becoming lazy because you're using cues and stuff like that. It's even complex when you're using cues in stems. Because let's say in a drummer's in here, utie stems, utie band cues, utie click at the same time. You are still playing. You're supposed to listen to everybody. And the guide cues comes before the action in the song. It makes the whole thing difficult, honestly. But if you practice with it for some time, you will just become acquainted with it, and then after there, it doesn't really take care of you. You are not even focusing on the guide cues. So that is how you're supposed to train your mind to some of these things. And so that is up for that. Good. Into first song, there are in sections, intro, verse, chorus 1, chorus 2, and stuff like that. So we'll get into how to do some of these things. And this will help you to learn song in bass, and is the easiest way for learning songs. Period on that. Let me go to Ableton, okay? Let me go to Ableton. That is where we are going to start our listing for today. Okay. So let me restart the live. I'm using my Windows, my MacBook Nedum, using for Doom Lite, so I cannot access that. So you might not probably see some of the actions I will select on the screen. So probably you have to watch it from the camera. Okay, so that is that. So it is a new project in in Ableton Live. Why do I keep saying FL Studio? In Ableton Live, I've been saying the first interface you meet in the Ableton Live is the session view. Okay, and this is the arrangement view. Okay, good. Now, in creating the cues in the Ableton Live is like arranging the loops. So if you haven't watched how we arrange the loops in Ableton, this might be a little intense for you, okay? But you'll also be fine. I'll make sure I break things down so that if you're even watching the video for the very first time, you'll be okay. Now, Ableton has 2 MIDI tracks and then 2 audio tracks. So let me delete these audio tracks for now, and then focus on the MIDI tracks. Now, in creating the band cue, we are going to use a drum rack, and then we said the drum rack works on the MIDI or the MIDI sections of the tracks, okay, in the session view. So I'll come back to drums, and then I'll drag an empty drum rack onto the MIDI track. So right now we have our MIDI, our drum rack. These are the sections where I'm supposed to add the samples, and then in creating the cues, it depends on who you are targeting in the band. Is either you are targeting the vocalist, number one, you are targeting only musicians, which are the instrumentalists, let me say that. Or you are targeting everybody, you are including everybody in the band, okay? So the band cues I'll do for, let's say, my cover, okay, will be different from what I'll do for our church service live, okay? Because my thinking might be different from what the BBs might be thinking, okay? Sometimes on stage, maybe I will show something like that. So if I'm arranging the band cues, I have to make sure I've factored everybody into the cues. So at our rehearsal section, or before we even meet, everybody knows where we are going with the cues, okay? And then these things are done in the weekday so that at the weekends, by the time we are at rehearsal, we'll be in the good. So you go through some of the cues, and then you know what some of these means. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, these are the counting. 6, 8,
8, 9. Acapella, ad lib, all in.
All in means everybody. We are inclusive. We are going.
Bass, big ending.
Big ending is like we are hitting hard on the ending.
Break.
We are breaking. We are leaving the song out to the vocalist and stuff like that.
Breakdown.
Everybody stops down.
Bridge
is let's say. How do I say? Charlie.
Build
is like you are increasing the sound, or you are increasing the harmonies you are playing in the band. Okay.
Drums in. Chorus. Hits.
We are hitting. Ending. We are closing.
Ending. Instrumental.
And ending is different from outro in the cue.
Interlude. Instrumental.
is also different from
Interlude.
Yeah,
Intro. Key change. Key change up. Keys. Last time.
Good.
Turn around.
Turn around. This one will be for vocals.
Tag.
This is for musicians.
Swell.
This is for musicians as well.
Solo.
Musicians as well.
Slowly build. Refrain.
For BVs.
Pre-chorus.
For BVs.
Vamp.
Instrumentalists.
Verse.
Instrumentalists and vocals. Yes, and vocals. And some of the cues are intense. You have chorus 1.
Chorus 1. Chorus 2.
Yes.
Interlude.
It depends.
Pre-chorus 1. Pre-chorus 3.
So in a
pre-chorus
song,
3. Pre-chorus 3.
Hey, shut up. So in a how do I say it? In a song where it is the producer needs detailed stuff, they would tend to add these cues plenty in the song. Okay, and it makes it sometimes very disturbing. But in creating the cues, you have to make sure you are not disturbing everybody. Like it's not a nuisance to everybody. Like you said, almost you say loops in a for yeah, those kind of. I feel it's just a nuisance of it. So you just have to know how to use it. Okay, and then it will be very beneficial to you, and then you'll be very fine. So this is our drum rack. Okay, so let me tend to add some of the stuff to it. So you can decide to hold down the control or command on MacBook. So I've added 1, 2, 3. Let me go to all in. Let me choose the important aspect of the song. So chorus, drums in, say ending, interlude, intro, pre-chorus, which might be important. So I just drag them onto the. Okay. They didn't come where I was supposed to let them come. So okay. Let me drag another one. So chorus, drums in, interlude. Come and drag them here. Okay. And let's say outro, pre-chorus, tag. Tag is a punch. Verse. So those are the important ones. And so in the drum rack we have this.
1, 2, 3, 4. All in. Chorus. Drums in. Interlude. Outro. Pre-chorus. Tag.
And
verse.
And you can change the transient of it. So you double click on the sample. It comes like this. It's master transient, you know. So if plays.
Chorus.
Good. See number. Let me make sure.
Chorus.
Good. Double click on this. You have drums in.
Drums in.
It's not bad. Outro.
Outro.
So I have to make sure mostly they start on the grid. Or the transient starts right. Or I think so. Start from here. 3. Start from here.
3.
Good. So that's some of these things, how they are. And then you can, when you click on the hide or the chain list, you can change how some of these things they can play. Okay. You can change their volume, the velocity ratio here. You can even change their panning, whether to full right or to the full left or to the center. But let me leave those things for now. I don't want to confuse you. So I'll get back. So these are the things we have in our drum rack for now. Okay. We said in the creating of the loop, these are all scenes. And we said on the far right, this is our master scene 1, master scene 2, and it goes on just like that. And the scenes controls the scene from left to right or from right to left. Okay. Good. So let's say in this scene, you double click on the scene. Our piano roll pops up. So these are the samples you have selected in our drum rack. Okay. Into your verse.
Verse. Pre-chorus. Intro.
Which like. So this is build. You see, as I add the build. Build so more.
Hits.
Good. Let me add hits to the drum rack. Let me add the hits. Oh, drum rack in the soil. Let me be. You can see that hits have a count.
Hits.
But initially didn't count. So anything you add, any sample you add to the drum rack automatically will be piano roll, it will be there. Okay. So this is one scene. This is another scene. I'm just double clicking on another scene, another scene, another scene, another scene. Okay. So let's rename the first scene as intro. Okay. Next one as, let's say, verse. Okay. Next, let's say chorus. Sorry. Chorus. Chorus. Let's say this will be for, can I say interlude? Then we come back to, let's say, second verse. Okay, I will leave just like that. Let's say outro. And then let's say drums in. Okay, so right now these are the various scenes I've selected for the band cue to be created. So let me change the color code so that it ready and audio actually. Let's see, let me leave this one as green. Let me change this one to, let's say, this interlude to, let's say, yellow. You just right click on that. I'm not sure you will see it in this things. Yeah. And then drums in, let's say I'll go for this color. Great. So right now we have intro, verse, chorus, interlude, outro, and drums in. So double click. Oh, intro. So right now I'm in the intro piano roll. Into has here intro. Double click on next one as well. Above verse, you get it. So that means I'm in the verse piano roll. So I'm going back to the intro. You go intro. I'll just double click on where the intro is. Here's the
Intro.
Double click. Then I'll go to. Before I do that, I forgot one thing. The downbeat of the cues is like how it is for the loops. Okay, into the actions are the downbeat. Into intro a downbeat, verse a downbeat, drums in a downbeat. Into one say there are 4 measures in a bar. Into 1, 2, 3, 4. Move on to the next one. Instead of second, I count it 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Intro bear 1. So intro 2, 3, 4. That is 1 bar. Do you get it? So intro will be our downbeat. Verse will be our downbeat. Okay. Into intro. Then in Ableton, you can see that the things are in bars. Into from Hasi to her, this is a 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, and then move to the next bar. The subdivisions. Okay. Into intro, then we go to 2.
3, 1, 2.
2. Then I go to 3. Let's select it. Where are you?
4, 3.
Good.
4.
If you're playing the intro, I'll be like this. With click.
Intro 2, 3, 4. Intro 2, 3, 4.
Right now, we have created the band key for intro. The real. Then we'll come back to verse. Intimacy verse, and so that will be that. But before I do that, I'll just copy
2,
3, and 4 because they will just run through. I'll come back to verse. If I have verse, I'll look for verse. Verse or him.
verse.
I'll double click.
Verse.
Then I'll just select here. I'll paste into above verse and so on.
Verse 2, 3, 4. Verse 2, 3, 4. Verse 2.
You see, the verse is a little delaying into me back to drum rack and so I'll just check the transients of the verse.
Verse.
Good.
Verse.
See me play.
Verse 2, 3,
right now
4.
it's in sync.
Verse.
Good. Then we do same for chorus. If we are chorus one, if I have a selected chorus,
Chorus.
then I'll add these things into
Chorus 2, 3.
Good. We move on to interlude. Into interlude.
Interlude.
Into
Interlude 2, 3, 4.
good. Outro and so are the same thing. Just for look for where outro is. Or let's say ending. Outro is here.
Outro.
Then I'll add the rest. Then also play
Outro 2, 3, 4.
good. Drums in. I come back to drums in.
Drums in. Drums in.
And then into
Drums in. 3, 4.
so you see, this is where it becomes a little intense because drums in neighbor, but you can't hear the 2.
Drums in. 3.
So I'll tend to in piano roll. You see velocity. Velocity is the volume or the gain of the note. Yes. So velocity is the gain of the note. Into between your bass, I has answer note in your washer. So between your
Drums in.
I say it's becoming louder.
Drums in.
So I can just change the gain of the note itself here.
Drums in.
Into a player.
Drums in. 3, 4.
You get it. So that is how some of these things.
Drums in.
That's how
Drums
some of
in.
these
Drums
things,
in.
they work. Good. You can change the velocity of each note here. There was your velocity. Good. And right now we have these things already. That's how you create the band cues in the Ableton. In the FL Studio, let me go to the FL Studio and then you see something. In the FL Studio, you see I've loaded these samples here. The band cues here.
Hold.
You have hold.
Instrumental.
Your hit.
Hits.
Good. In the FL Studio, you are using the audio samples itself. Until you want to mean piano roll, so baby, I'm okay. So that means I have to do it manually with the playlist. Into Zenka song, I didn't bore Hasi Navia. Okay. Let me make sure it's like 2 bars or something. Good. Then I may pay, let's say, intro, and I may pair. I'll just have to drag intro into baby at the crown one. It's easy.
Intro.
You get it. So it could be like intro.
Intro.
2, 3, 4. I don't think I added the 2 and those things here. Okay. So 2, 3, 4. Let me add them here. Good. Into intro 2.
Intro 2.
You see that kind of thing. They can be on the same channel or on the same track. Me and Nakasana
Intro 2, 3, 4.
So
Intro 2, 3, 4.
you see, so this is how we do it. You see, that's what I'm saying. It can be on the same track. It will not spoil anything.
Intro 2, 3, 4.
And see, that's how the band keys are done in FL Studio. You use the audio samples itself, but in Ableton, it does that using the piano roll, and it makes it easier. Okay, simpler. And so that is that. And so that is that for how we do the band cues in Ableton. You have to use one overcall drums. Call drums are not called drag empty drum rack. I bet to any to make call drums. Call drums are. Then I'll drag the empty drum rack onto the MIDI track. Okay, it's MIDI track now. How say I made samples in the good to say every year for loop any effects na make sure the other time no. And then I make sure each scene no. It be have a intro, have a verse, have a. I can do that. And see, it becomes more intense when you try to do that for it becomes more intense if you are doing it for let's say quite a number of stems in the session view. Okay. And see, I'm fun to say anchor I'm fun to say I have let's say good. Let's say I have stems ne egugu these scenes so okay into intro stem in the say with this master scene and then another stem next master scene and another stem and I said song back stem na you chim into master scene and intro into all the instruments you are seeing on this scene are for the intro. Then the next scene I was seeing in for let's say BBs for her. What you say? Then the next scene for another scene, chorus, and the interlude, so another instrument for chorus, another instrument, and another vocals, outro, another instrument, and other vocals or honor. Then I can assign these to the keys. Either say may for this one higher, and I say my master scene and kasana me did notes in the account. If I may master scene 1, no 1. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then I'll come back. But my we see that means it's a me one.
Intro 2, 3, 4. Intro 2, 3,
Also, it's
4.
playing.
Intro 2,
It's
3,
but
4.
looping, no.
Intro 2,
It's in our
3,
tennis,
4.
Me one.
Intro 2, 3, 4.
A boy, you get it. And the Emma, mostly the writing becomes a little difficult for some people is that didn't know intro ni verse ni winning I was stable, but one thing or front of house and I want to know congregation is because of say because our channel we say okay this channel no the master no external out. You see I'm using a different I'm using a different how do I say it? A different driver on Ableton. Into one sound card and output in a carbon output 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means that all these channels no if you man question it be output 5. And to me sound card it be 8 output. Right now I 4 output. And you can never call if your bank is call output 4. Into output 4 no. Mix about no so no channel no. It be as a channel 32. That channel 32 and stereo out, but a by in-ears in you get it. That is how you tend to listen to some of these things at Empire Wanting. But the main stem we know was our channels we used to know you're gonna hear them through the front of house. Okay. And so that is how some of these things is done. And Ableton makes it quite simpler. That is that for now. I'll open a new project and then we will add the cues to that. Into me sure say right now what you do is here bank cues and I say. Good. Let me restart the live. Okay. Open the recent one. Keys guide. I want to save this project. No. Good. So right now we are in a new project in the FL. We want to keep saying FL Studio. We're in a new project in the Ableton. It's the air can once them say cues maybe a thing. Let's listen to one track and we know how it goes like.
Drums in 3, 4. Drums in
Intro 2, 3, 4. Pre-chorus. Chorus. Bring it down. Build.
Good. So this is a clear example of a stem with cues. Okay, into the intro, what's a build, what's a chorus, pre-chorus. So that's how some of these things are done. Today or right now, I just want to show you how we do that in the Ableton Live. Right now, I'm going to use a song by Sandy Asari. Okay, I'm hoping they don't flag my video down. So we drag a song now, but arrangement view and so. Okay. And then make sure it's activated. Again, it's a kakana also see. Good. Good. So if you want to add the band keys to any song, you have to listen to the song thoroughly from start to end. Okay, turn off my browser now. Good. If you want to add a band key to any song, you have to listen to the song thoroughly from start to end. Okay. My main fan to force is the answer. You have to listen to the song thoroughly. Okay. It becomes a little intense if you don't know like what you are doing. Do you get it? And I say which section of the song are you supposed to add this, which song are supposed to do it. Into see a song from start to end. Sorry. See a song from start to end, and then you will tend to know I say a interlude, I have a verse, I have a chorus, I have a pre-chorus, I have a pre-verse, I have a bridge, I have interlude. That's where it becomes more intense. Into they can create your band cues and we say
intro 2, 3. Intro 2, 3.
They can create your band cues and we say
intro 2, 3, 4.
We intro.
Verse 2, 3, 4. Verse 2, 3, 4. Verse 2. Interlude 2, 3,
In the affair, I do in a sessions of the song. In the song, we started with intro. Into okay. So good. It's intro 2, 3, 4. Into the intro ne Baba Shasi. You know, some drag intro. About piano roll. You better say either MIDI and baby. It will just fit. Into say stay near bar. Oh, supposed to be on the keys channel.
Intro 2, 3, 4.
So the cues come before the action. Okay.
Intro 2, 3, 4.
The next action, all in 2, 3, 4. Either say all in because all the instrumentals coming together, or it can be an interlude. But me, I'll put all in because me bo drum cover. So all in.
All in 2.
It's me drag it all in. If we have say. We are not to say. Alright, I have to grade this on off. Good. It's an instrument player. You play free has here.
All in 2, 3, 4. All in 2, 3, 4.
We'll move on to the next section of the song. Verse 2. Good. Into after
all in 2, 3, 4.
It's mostly we have our first verse coming from here. Verse 2, 3, 4. Good. It's an ensemble called drag yaba. Verse. A drag verse the better her. It's a new neighbor.
Verse 2, 3, 4.
The verse is a little delaying because as a making sure a statue or transient and so where is verse? Man, of statue have baby.
Verse 2, 3, 4.
So that means here will be for chorus.
Verse 2, 3, 4.
After verse now, then chorus have it twice. In this case, I'm targeting the band key for BVs or vocalists and musicians. Ubia.
Verse 2, 3, 4.
Chorus 2, 3, 4. So I can add the chorus also to the side. But my users and in FL Studio, you have to use the audio samples.
Verse 2, 3, 4. Chorus 2, 3, 4.
But to make sure it's not my name is nuisance, mostly in fashion song baby. Okay, mostly we do it in bar. So there was a musician in BB. It's not like say BB cues. No. I was a musician who say, oh, Charlie, verse near 22 bars, chorus 22 bars. Okay. Interlude 2, 3, 4. Until on the third bar. Interlude where show. Interlude. Okay. So the stem let's send who say Sian.
Interlude 2, 3, 4.
See how a verse. Did that mean say if I learn the song in bars, that means say interlude neighbor 2 bars bakuni. If we have say bar 1 bar, then next one 2 bars. After 2 bars, neighbor back to verse. Until my son's drag it verse no. But you have to make sure say can you use the other band cue. Also this one is not specific.
Verse 2.
It's not specific. Which particular of the verse are you playing? Is that verse 1 or verse 2? It's depending on how I make my band cue. If I want it to be very detailed, I'll make sure everybody gets the detailed aspect of it. Until we are back on verse 1. Verse 2. You get it?
Verse 2.
It's better sharp see the end of the song. Yeah. It's either me extract it and it's stable in album. And I say me extract it stable in separate. Me export it stable in separate. And I may export it on the bank using in album. So that's how mostly we do some of these things with cues, you know. And it's you just have to know what and when to use what. Good. So that is all that we have for you today. And I think I've covered most of your questions and doubts. And say if you want to learn how to do the band cues, you have to download or you buy the band cues. How are you going to get it? That one is your own problem. It's your own palaver. And then you are using your MIDI section in the Ableton into vocal drums. Then you drag an empty drum rack onto the channel and as a track. And then you fill the drum rack with your
Chorus 4
with your band cues. Okay. Into you drag it. You be out to drum rack and so on. And then you tend to create your scenes with your piano roll. Okay, it has to be intro, have a verse, have a say. We are all the song never to or arrangement view. Make sure it is in sync with the metronome. Okay, and then you start to add your band cues to the sections of the song. We are not exporting. You are done. This is all that I have for you guys for today. We tend to do another thing on the channel when something pops up. Yeah. Thank you guys and appreciate. Many you know ECG for and do light. Peace.